if you'll turn that off for me, that'd be great.
Make sure mine's off here. Make sure.
Awesome. Sweet. Cool. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. So welcome to now. Welcome to Body, Mind, Spirit. I'm Jane. How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right. I want to do a check-in with everybody's bodies today. So just in a word, and preferably not a word like good or fine, because what is that? Like, how is your body feeling? Okay, so just take a deep breath in and let it go. And just scan your body. Does it feel heavy? Does it feel light? Does it feel activated? Does it feel calm? Does it feel fluid? Does it feel rigid? Does it feel healthy and vibrant? Does it feel diminishing? Like, just kind of scan your body, and maybe you even ask it what it feels. Hey, body, what are you feeling today? Okay, take another deep breath in, and just let it go. I just want to go around and just get a body check, because we're all here, so at least we're all alive. So I'm really grateful for that. So if we just go around, just in a word, how's your body feeling?
I'm breathing.
Hmm?
I said I'm breathing.
Oh.
I feel relaxed.
Relaxed body. Thank you for sharing. How's your body feeling?
Weak and shaky.
Weak and shaky. How's your body feeling?
It's exercisable today.
Oh, exercisable. Okay. How's your body feeling?
Weekday.
A weeky day?
Week, yeah, well, week, yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
I like did you say week or weeky?
Week.
I thought you
Week.
said weeky,
No,
and I was like,
man,
oh, I like that. It's a little weeky day. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, yes,
Week.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome, yeah.
How's your body feeling?
No. Okay.
Right on.
Okay.
How's your body feeling? Heavy. Heavy. How's your body feeling?
Fine.
Fine?
Yeah.
What does fine feel like? Does it feel,
Nothing's wrong.
so it feels like steady?
Yes.
All right. How's your body feeling back there? People that I can't see, I can feel your energies. How's your body feeling?
Okay, I'm all rested up.
Feeling rested. Awesome. Is there somebody behind you? How's your body?
Oh, you're fine.
Feeling peaceful. How's your body feeling?
Sean is feeling heavy.
Feeling heavy. How's your body feeling?
My name is Tommy. I'm relaxed and stress-free.
Oh. Hold on. How's your body feeling?
Feeling good.
What else? What does good feel like?
I just feel energized.
Energized.
I feel energized. I took my Lions meeting this morning.
Gotcha. Thank you. How's your body feeling?
Stiff.
Stiff. Kim, how's your body feeling?
Feels good. Got good sleep last night, so I feel good.
Feel rested?
Yeah.
My body feels a little bit like Jell-O today. I think it's because I'm wearing this outfit, so it feels like I'm just wearing a burlap sack. It's just like everything's just kind of like, and so I just feel like a little Jell-O ball today, and it's okay. I usually wouldn't normally like to feel like a ball of Jell-O. I'm not gonna lie, but today I'm welcoming this ball of Jell-O vibe that I'm grooving in. So just take another deep breath, let it go. And an invitation is to be okay with whatever it is that your body is feeling in this right now. Whether you enjoy it or you don't enjoy it, but can you be okay with, can you completely accept how your body is feeling right now? Just for this now's sake.
I don't want to accept it. Why should I?
I'm not telling you should or shouldn't do anything. It was an invitation to try on. So do you like to feel resistant?
Why?
Do you enjoy feeling resistant to accepting?
be sometimes,
Yeah.
feeling right now. I'd rather feel good and positive and energetic. That's being honest.
Sometimes what I've noticed about myself is that when things don't feel or things aren't the way I want them to be, if I can accept them, then they tend to feel better. Because I added a space for them to relax into. So I mentioned last week I had gone through some physical pains and I had some help with it. And every day I would just be like, okay, like this is just the physical pain that I'm in today. Like, okay, it is. I mean, I don't love it. I would much rather it be different. You know, I don't necessarily want my body to feel stiff. You know, I personally don't like that feeling, right? But if I can accept it in this example, if you don't mind me using you as the example, if my body is stiff, that means it doesn't have a lot of room to like move and open up. But if I can just accept this, that this is feeling stiff today, then what does my body do? It relaxes because it doesn't feel like you're hating on it. Your body's like, oh, you're not mad at me for feeling stiff? Because when you're mad at me for feeling uncomfortable or stiff, then I get worse. When you don't like me because I don't feel the way you want me to feel, then I feel bad about that. And then I feel worse. And then you tell me that you feel worse and then you hate me more. And then we go into this like really vicious cycle of when we don't feel good, we get mad that we don't feel good. And then that makes us feel worse. I thought somebody was throwing up for a second. I was like, whoa.
I was like, whoa.
They're getting it out. I feel fine. Feel better now. But it is kind of like that, yeah.
It's interesting you said that because like, when I talk a lot, when I feel like my back is just all stiff, I'm usually like, I hate the world type mood, but past couple of days has been hurting, but I still wake up. Okay, you feel like that. Okay, we're gonna get going, and you just keep feeling like that. It's okay, and just, maybe 2 days just still going. I hate it. It hurts, but it hasn't put me in that down mood like it has in the past.
Totally. Because when we're in pain, we're not necessarily the happiest because it sucks, right? Our bodies are giving us messages all the time. And if it's like, hey, I'm over here and I'm hurting, and it's like, well, if I can just accept it, then that's going to be the first step, right? Like it has to me, that has to be the first step. If I can just accept that I'm feeling uncomfortable, I'm feeling pain, then what happens is my mind starts to relax. So my mind's not trying to figure out how to fix it. My mind isn't focusing on the one thing that I hate so much right now, which is this pain, this discomfort in my back, right? It's still there. It doesn't make it necessarily go away. But what I do is I just changed my entire nervous system around it. So then I started to decrease inflammation. And if I could decrease inflammation, then the pain will start to subside. It'll start to go away a little bit, just a little bit. And then the interesting thing, if I'm in a lot of like grumbly about me not liking whatever situation I'm in, right? Whatever it is. A lot of people don't want to be around that. And so then it decreases my likelihood of someone helping me. Right? And I think about if we had two little animals right here, whatever animal you just imagine 2 of them. You got your animals in your imagination? I'm so curious what some of them are, but don't tell me yet, okay? I don't want to know right now. I want to know in a minute, but just like imagine 2 animals. They're the same animal, just two different ones, like whatever. So you have both of them, and they both have a leg injury, okay? Both of these little animals have a leg injury or a fin injury if it's a fish. I don't know what you're imagining. So we have 2 animals, leg injury or fin injury, and you go and you have a choice. You can help one. And one is just like looking at you and like tears are rolling down their face because of the pain that they're in. And you can see the hurt and that. So you got that? And you have the other animal with its leg or fin or whatever hurt. And it's trying to bite you. Which one are you going to help?
One's trying to like
Not the one that's trying to bite me, no.
So who would help the one that's trying to bite you? Again, you can only help one. You can only help one. Okay. Who's going to help the one that's
You said the animal trying to bite, right?
Mhm.
Or not bite, right? Probably the one that's trying to bite.
you would try to help the
Because I
one?
like trying to calm it down and, try to make friends with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we have who would help the one that was trying to bite you and hurt you? Okay. And who would help the one that was like just crying in pain?
Both.
But you can only help one in this one. You can only help one in this make-believe invisible animal in the middle of PRN story. These are all hypotheticals, right? These are just hypotheticals. It's just a conversation. And there's no right or wrong. There isn't. There's not a right or wrong to this. But what we just kind of proved is that there's a greater likelihood of being helped if one isn't biting someone else. If I'm not doing harm at somebody, I'm more likely to get help, right? So we want to be nice. We want to be kind people to ourselves first, though, right? So that's why I'm like, okay, well, my body hurts. I don't like it at all. I keep looking up at this sign and it says recovery is acceptance. It's all of those things on that board, but the top thing that I see is acceptance. It's interesting. Acceptance isn't necessarily the easiest thing, huh? Especially when we don't like something. Has anyone ever tried to save somebody that's drowning?
Depends.
No, have you ever done it?
What?
Saved someone who was drowning?
Oh, no.
Okay. I was like, it depends. So I'm curious about this. I was going to, but it flipped a coin. Head start. Bye. Just kidding. So you have. What was that like?
It was scary. Because it was scary when they were fighting. But once they calmed down and stopped fighting it, I almost gave up when they were fighting because I didn't want to drown. And then when they stopped fighting, it was easier. Still hard, but it was easier. And then we actually got to where I said it was hard when they were fighting it, and I almost gave up because they were fighting it and I didn't want to drown. But once they started calming down and allowed me to help them, it got easier. And then it ended up, they were helping me save them because they were calm enough to actually hear, this is what I need you to do for me to help you.
Yeah. I've never saved someone drowning, but like I always heard that, right? Like if you're drowning and someone's coming to save you, if you could just chill out for a minute, you're probably going to live, right? You're probably going to survive it, And so then I kind of take that into just my life, because if I'm fighting, has anyone ever been in a fight? Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of energy. It really does. Like, even your adrenaline's pumping and you're all like wackadoodle and you got shit flying around, your arms are going, you're just slobbering on yourself. You don't even know what's happening. And then, right? We don't talk about that. But you're going at it, whatever that is. And then when you're done, you are spent. Your body is like, just stop. I gotta take a break, because we are not made to be in fight all the time. We literally are very gentle creatures by nature. Our natural state of being is very docile, very kind, very loving. That's our natural state. So when we go into this space of like, I need to fight it all. I need to fight you, and I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight me first because this is going to be the eternal battle. Right? And that leaves me completely spent. It leaves me so worn out. Doesn't it? And I mean, I feel like I've gotten to this point where I'm just like, I think I'm just tired of fighting. I think I'm tired of fighting what my body is doing. I'm tired of fighting the size of my body. I'm tired of fighting how much money my actions bring in. You know, I'm tired of fighting how many friends I have or don't have. I'm tired of fighting all of these thoughts around my life. I'm tired of fighting. Do you all fight? Do you still fight yourself? Your thoughts?
Nah, they shoot now.
They shoot now? So you start to fight them and like pew pew.
Over with.
Yeah.
Get it out. Walk away.
Yeah.
I thought they not fighting no more.
Yeah. I was asking if anyone.
I was asking him.
Oh.
I thought they don't fight no more.
I just tell you they don't. They'll shoot you first.
Yeah.
They will.
They do. They can be very dangerous, right? It's just it can be like a really unhealthy relationship. It's like, I know that's an unhealthy one. I see it and I'm like, oh nope, I'm gonna walk away, I'm gonna walk out the door now. You know? But like there are definitely still parts of me that I still fight. You know, there really are. I don't fight my gray hairs anymore. Because I don't care. I'm just like, oh look, that's so cute. Whatever, right? You know, I don't fight my internal conversations when it comes to like friendships. So like some friends of mine go do things that I don't do. Right? Like they go do things I don't do. Because those things do harm to me now. They're not in alignment. And so old me would fight myself by, the self that would be like, you don't want to go do that, Jane. You don't want to. And then I'd be like, shut up. We gotta. Otherwise I'm going to lose the friends. And then it switched to them asking me, hey, you want to go out? And then me fighting myself when I would tell them no. And then me telling myself that that I'm a loser, like I'm not cool because I'm not going out and doing these things anymore, or whatever these conversations were that I was always just fighting myself. What other ways have y'all fought yourself in your life or recently? Yeah.
Relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was I right or was I wrong? Was it going to work out if I'd have hung on in there? Or did it end up the way it's supposed to be? And we went our own separate ways.
Those are
So
fun
I have to
fights.
compromise. And in the long run, I say, well, we're both still alive, like they say, if we didn't shoot.
Right?
But yeah, we're both still alive, and it was best.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to compromise.
Yeah. Thank you for mentioning that. That's such a big internal fight, like, did I do the right thing?
Mhm.
Did I do the right thing? I don't know. Did I do the wrong thing? Did I make the right decision? Was it the wisest decision for me to end that marriage? Was it the wisest decision for me to end that relationship with my job? Like, oh my God, did I mess up? Should I have stayed? And so we can go into these battles all the time. The battle of, I don't know, did I do it right? What other battles are there that you all have fought in yourself? Huh? Addiction to substances, behaviors, patterns, thoughts.
Yeah, people push things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Self-acceptance,
Yeah. I really want to accept myself, and then I find myself catching myself in ways that I don't. you know, like I'll catch myself, yeah, just not. What other battles?
Thank you.
Emotions.
Pardon?
Emotions.
Will you speak more to that?
So, in recent sobriety, you realize that you still have emotions and you still feel them. And you feel more when you're sober because it's you're not numb to it anymore. You're very much self-aware, more in the moment than ever.
Is the battle? What is the battle? I'm enjoying this.
Oh, well, the constant ups and downs and the energy of other people can affect some people, myself included. I feel energy and I feel vibrations and I can tell when I need to walk away from certain ones because it brings me down very low. Even if it's not my energy, it's still, I can't help it.
I'm glad you mentioned that because when we think about emotions, what are emotions? It's energy in motion. So there's no difference between energy and emotions when we feel it with our heart. It's just energy in motion. And when we've numbed ourselves, then we didn't allow ourselves to feel all of these emotions, all of these energies, right? And so then say we stop distracting ourselves or numbing ourselves, and then all of a sudden we're feeling it. And then that's when some really deep battles get to happen.
That's when your deepest
Yeah.
battles occur.
Right? Yeah. Like maybe I shouldn't be feeling that. What's wrong with me? Why am I still feeling this?
Or why did I stuff that feeling down for so long?
Yeah.
It needs to be addressed in order for me to move on.
Right. Yeah, Ronald.
How do I stop fighting peer pressure mentally?
I love that. For me, it's accepting that who I am in this right now is enough, and I don't have to do or be anything different than what I am.
Self-care, self-love.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. And dopamine dressing too. I mean, that's always.
So yeah.
I wanna know, how do I stop fighting, worry too much mentally?
I tell myself whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, so I can't control the future. It's like when you see the weather, when you watch the weatherman is predicting the future in a way, and it's kind of hard to pinpoint. Like, oh, it's gonna rain today. Maybe not, because you're just going off of previous weather patterns and barometric pressure and all so on and so forth. So it's like fortune teller in a way. So just tell yourself whatever's gonna happen, and I have to be strong enough to accept it. Yes or no, good or bad. That's how I've gotten through life. Because I've had some good tests. I've had some moments that really tested who I was.
How does that feel?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've learned that I can't control anything at all. And I've also learned that when I try to control things, then I'm just fighting myself. I'm stressed out, right? I get mad because I can't control anything, but yet I want to. It reminds me of have you ever held water in your hands? It doesn't last that long. It always finds its way through the cracks, And that's like life. Life is just water moving always. We're not made to hold it forever, but we're made to be in the freedom of allowing it to flow as it is. And I know that some people are going to want to figure out ways to stop the water, tell me how to hold the water just right. And that's the peer pressure. Well, Jane, if you cup your hands like this, you'll hold it better. And then it's like, what if I just decide to do that and just watch how fast it can go?
So I told myself one time, and this was a personal thing, it takes 98% of your energy to hold something, to keep something, to dwell on something, but it takes 2% to let it go. So that's always easy question.
Yeah. What else are you gonna say, Ronald? And then I want to hear what you both have to say.
My mother told me I'm heavy-handed, and I got this thing in me, and I always feel like I gotta be a tough guy to show people that nothing's wrong with me mentally, and then maybe they'll accept me more. Is there something wrong with that?
I don't find there to be anything wrong with any of anything. And I don't think that we need to pretend anything, that we literally can just be who we are right now, and really embracing the fact that, like, according to some people, like, depending on where people are in their life, they're going to look at me and they're going to be like, oh my God, she is so brilliant. I'm going to have just as many people look at me and be like, oh dear God, she's completely lost her marbles. She is crazy. Like, seriously, like, I got 50-50, you
Art of
know?
concealment.
Yeah. Well, it's just perspective. It's just who's looking at me from what they know and from what they don't know about me. You know, so if someone can easily look at my mental state and say that, you know, I'm not as whatever, as smart, as brilliant, as quick, whatever. Okay, according to them, I'm not. All right, but I don't have to prove myself to them. That's the thing. I don't have to prove myself to anybody, because I'd be living my life to prove myself, and then I would never live to be myself. You know. What were you gonna say? And then I want to hear what you had to say.
I would say that one of my biggest battles was that I didn't have emotions. That was the lie I used to tell myself for years. It's like, I have absolutely no emotions. I'm emotions. People like, you really are cold. You really don't have emotions. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. I was fighting so hard to prove that I didn't care about anything until I had this epiphany and I realized, you know what, the reason why I'm hurt, one of the things I'm doing to hurt myself is telling myself that lie, because I do care. And just then I started not fighting being emotionless. But because it was so long of a learned behavior, it's getting better, but I still have to fight that every day to not still live in that lie.
How do you fight it, not fight it now?
I first accept that's where I was. I acknowledge the fact that was a learned behavior. And then I give gratitude. I find something that I'm grateful for. And then and in a way of me just going through that process, it's like, see, I do care. Just move on.
Thanks for sharing that. You know, it's so interesting how, like, we'll have these battles with even someone's perspective of us. Someone will say, like, you're cold-hearted. And then it's like, yeah, I am. What? I don't feel anything. That was so me for so long. Like, I wouldn't even hug people. I'd be like, I don't like that. Don't touch me. Right? Like, whatever. But I would. And, you know, and so I got this, like, reputation of someone that doesn't enjoy hugs and that is cold. And I had this, like, internal, like, that's not truth. But yet you're showing up, you're pretending to be that. So talk about a battle right there. You know, whether I was aware of it or not. Because my nature is loving and pretty kind. I mean, it's way kinder than I used to be, you know. What were you going to say?
I think learning to not care about what other people think of you or say about you, you have to think, how important is that person? Do they really know me? And if they are important, then that's a discussion to have. But then also remembering that stressing about everything doesn't do anything positive for our bodies. It just makes it worse. So you might as well just accept what's gonna happen is gonna happen and try to think of some things to fall back on or things that you can do to solve it. And then the rest is out of your hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for sharing that. It's true. Like, yep, yep. You know, like we're so just not made to be in fight all the time. You know, fighting is a trauma response. Fighting is a trauma response.
It's what?
Fighting is a trauma response. When we experienced a trauma back in the day, we did one of a few things. We would fight it, we would freeze, we would flee, we'd run away, or we would fawn. So when I know now that fighting is a trauma response, it's because when I had an experience that was a trauma, which could have been someone yelling at me in the middle of the school bus, "You're a bitch," that's a trauma as a kid. It is. Because it hurts, you know? So then if my first reaction was to fight, but then I won, then now that just got positively reinforced as opposed to me experiencing that kid on the bus calling me a bitch, hurting my feelings, and me just saying, wow, that really hurt my feelings, huh? Or whatever, you know, like, or not even saying it out loud necessarily, but me just kind of being like, ooh, I feel that. That hurt. Why did it hurt? Oh, it's because I heard my parents call each other that. Or, you know, I could feel the energy behind. I could feel the anger behind that. Or maybe my compassionate heart could see that this kid always gets told that they're a bitch in their home. And oh my God, my compassionate heart, right? So I don't give myself the time, space, or grace to even be with the trauma experience. We just go into reaction mode. So then we grow up as these adults that still live in the trauma response. And so today we're just talking about the fight. And the fighting can be the physical fighting. It could be fighting against love and peace. Literally, you are fighting against your own inner love and peace because you were in that space of pretending to be what someone reflected back to you that they saw because of where they were living, you know? So we'll fight, and we'll even fight our thoughts. Should I? Shouldn't I? Should I have? Shouldn't I have? I don't know. What if I did it? Like we will fight all the time because these trauma responses of fighting, for example, come from a place where we don't have acceptance. No one accepted me in that moment on the school bus where someone was like, you bitch. I felt unaccepted all of a sudden. That's a trauma response because it's a different energetic pattern compared to what our natural energetic pattern is. It's almost like my heart naturally is pushing out all this love because I'm a kid. And then all of a sudden someone comes up and they're like, you're an asshole. And they're like angry or they're coming from a place of trauma or abuse or whatever. And that energy literally comes at me like, it may not have to physically hurt me, but that energy behind it, we feel that, and that's a trauma response. We go into a trauma response. Isn't that interesting? So then when my body hurts, so just when I even like start my day and I just give my body a check-in, like, hey girl, how you feeling? Okay, you're feeling like a ball of jello, you got a little pain right over there, but your feet are really comfortable for some reason. You know, when I'm actually like checking in with my body in this example, I can notice when I'm still holding patterns of a fighting trauma response. Just in my ability to accept what I'm experiencing or not.
What you were just talking about, when somebody come up and assault you for no reason, wouldn't that be called verbal physics?
It would be verbal, or like it'd be if they say something unkind.
Yeah, when they say something unkind to you, wouldn't that be called verbal physics? Am I making sense? I don't know.
You do make sense. You do make sense. I don't know if it's ever been called that, and I can
I made
see.
that up.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've never heard it, and it makes sense.
Oh.
Yes. So yeah, it makes verbal. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it's the energy of our words and the quantum. It's verbal physics. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for speaking that. So then here's a question. First of all, take another deep breath in because it feels good and we can. And just let it go. And just give your body another scan right now. Check in with him or her. Feel your feet, your legs, your belly, your back, your arms, your heart, your lungs, your throat, your jaws, your nose, the top of your head, your brain. Just give yourself a scan. Take another deep breath in and let it go. An invitation is to do the same exact scan. And this time, see if you can add acceptance to every part of you. That I accept that my feet feel this way. I accept that my legs feel this way. I accept that my hips feel this way. I accept that this is how my belly feels. I accept that this is how my arms feel. This is how my heart feels. I just accept it. I'm not saying that I like it or that I don't like it. Can I accept that this is where my thoughts are? Can you just add acceptance into this whole body scan? Let your body relax a little bit more into the space of just being seen and accepted, maybe for the first time in fullness right now. Take another deep breath in and let it go. I don't know about y'all, but my body feels like it just kind of went more jello-y. Did anyone else's body become more jello? Did it?
Yeah.
Did yours become a little bit more jello-y at all? Like you were already vibing, but like.
The more I relax, the more I sit here, starting to feel tired, a little sleepy.
A little
Yes.
sleepy. Same here.
Yes, perfect. I love that. I'll get back to that. Did anyone else?
It's just weird because the more relaxed I get, the more the pain is like, hey, here I am. But it doesn't really stop me from just relaxing.
Mhm.
I mean, I do know.
So the pain stayed, but everything around it softened.
No, it actually, when I started relaxing, that's when the pain was like, hey, I'm here. You got it.
Oh.
But I still,
I love that. I want to get back to that too. Remind me. Anyone else? Did anyone else's body kind of go whoa, like mine did? Yeah. Okay. It's interesting, so because we have so many things that we can be fighting, right? We can be fighting our thoughts, we can be fighting our emotions, we can be fighting so many things all at once. So when we start to just connect back in with our breath and just scan our body maybe a few times, like just out of curiosity, just to check in, like, hey, what's happening? And then the second check-in be like, can I accept it? Maybe the third check-in is like, can I just breathe more air and oxygen into my lungs and let my body heal itself in this now? Like whatever that is, like we can keep doing that process over and over again. And what that can do is it can bring some pain points into our awareness. So instead of maybe like my whole body being uncomfortable today, it might just be like, oh my God, it's this one little spot. That's what it is this whole time. It's been this one spot right there or whatever. So then we can start to hone in because all the other messengers are like, oh, we're not distracting them anymore. Like we can We're not bugging out. And I love that you get tired and that you get tired. It's so good because when we do this, it's a calming of our nervous system. And when our nervous system is calm, our body's like, it's safe. What kids only go to sleep when they're safe. Right? If they feel safe, kids will sleep. You know? So you'll see a kid being toted around and you're like, how's that kid asleep? But whoever's holding that baby, they feel safe with them. Right? So when we can just breathe and just check into our body and just basically flood ourselves with acceptance, whatever that is, then our nervous system starts to relax and then we get deeper rest. We take deeper breaths. We're just more calm. Then our mind thinks more clearly. Then we make healthier decisions because we're not making decisions based on reactions. We're making decisions based on conscious thought. So it's funny how this whole body, mind, spirit thing, it's like a loop of this never-ending relationship where it's just like, can we just all get together and just chill out? Right? At least that's what I think. Right? So how y'all feeling now? Let's do that. Can we go through another body check-in?
I fall asleep.
I love it. And we'll close with the body check-in. How's your body? That?
So relaxed.
Love it. Okay.
I'm not feeling any different.
Feeling the same?
I was listening, but I need to have lunch and I need to rest. That will help.
There you go.
Jello.
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 How's your body feeling?
Relax. Yeah.
More relaxed?
Yeah.
How's your body feeling, Elijah?
Relax.
You look relaxed. You look super relaxed. Yeah, you are. How's your body feeling?
More relaxed.
Yeah. What about you?
Same.
About the same?
I feel the same too.
Feeling the same?
Peaceful.
Peaceful? What about you, Jeremy? How's your body feeling now?
You need a nap.
Tired? How's your body
I'm
feeling?
still heavy.
Still feeling
It's
heavy?
a heavy day.
It's a heavy day.
Stress-free,
Stress?
sleepy.
Sleepy?
Mhm.
How's your body feeling?
Honestly, getting good. Pain is numbing. I'm not numbing, because numbing would just be like just time to pause. It's like
Would be what?
numbing is just like a temporary pause. It's just more just adjusting. Feels good.
Glad you said that. How's your body feeling, Kim, now?
I could use a couch and a blanket.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting you mentioned numb because, has anyone ever had surgery? You know how they numb you? They do that so you can heal. So it's a pause on the path to healing. So whenever we feel numb, even if it's emotionally numb or physically numb, that is a sensation and it's not bad. That it can just be like, ooh, this is a pause for a heal. I don't even know what that is. So it's interesting too, because especially if we're in a constant or a semi-constant state of fight, when our bodies feel safe enough, then we can start to actually feel really sleepy. And then we're like, I don't need to feel sleepy. It's not good for me to feel sleepy. I need to be more awake. I need to be more alert. Forgetting that when we're rested, that we are more alert. We've just been so conditioned that we have to be amped up all the time and fight to be safe. And we numb ourselves to what fighting even is. So if you want to, does anybody want to wake up a little bit before you do? Okay. So if you want to feel more awake right now, I'm going to lead you through a really interesting exercise. My invitation is to try it. And if you don't want to try it, don't. But either way, take a deep breath in. Let it go. If you're holding anything in your hands, set it down. You ready? This is what you're going to do. You're just going to shake out your hands. And it's almost like your hands are jello. And you just keep doing it. And maybe you smile because you're shaking out your hands. I know how that sounds, but it's true. But if you smile, then what you're actually doing is I know. I promise there's a reason for everything I do, I swear. Maybe if you allow yourself to smile like you actually mean it. It's like it is, I tell you. And then just stop shaking. That just woke you up a little bit more. What it did is it just discharged all of the energy and it balanced your electromagnetic field. And then you put a wave of the energy of joy, which is a higher frequency in your whole entire field of energy. So that's literally all we have to do if we are feeling a little bit like, oh, we take a deep breath so we get the oxygen. We discharge any energy. You can also put your feet on the earth without shoes on. And if you smile, if you laugh, if you giggle, it literally lifts everything up. So thanks for hanging out with me while I felt like Jello. And now after I did that, I feel like Jello that got put back in a container or re-refrigerated. You know when you leave Jello out a little bit too long, it starts to get like liquidy. That's what I was feeling like. I was like, oh God, I'm spreading out. Now I feel like I'm like Jello in a container. So yeah, like thanks for just hanging out and playing with this body, mind, spirit realm of acceptance and fighting and trauma responses and all the fun things. And hopefully we can continue to spread some joy and acceptance in the world, whatever that looks like for each of us. And hopefully I'll see you all here on Thursday morning at 10 for expansion. Thank you for joining online.
What happened?
I don't know.
We can go now.
Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.